All right. So today we are doing a Southwest chicken casserole. So we're going to go over our ingredient list first. What we need is a can of chicken, or you can use rotisserie style chicken like Natalia's using. We need a can of diced green chilies. I got the extra hot ones because I like spice. So, but they come in different ones. They have mild, original, or hot. We need a can of condensed cream of mushroom soup. I use this for a lot of different kind of recipes, which is, it's it can be used in multiple things. We need shredded cheddar cheese. Nice, Annie, you got that. What else do we need? So it's hard to see it because I went to the co-op and I bought this, but I have dried minced onion. So if you don't have dried minced onion, you could use fresh onion, or you could just skip that ingredient. You don't have to use it. Salt and pepper. You're gonna need water today, and rice, instant rice. So for our equipment list, we're gonna need a pretty big casserole dish that can go in the microwave. So this is gonna be a bigger recipe. So you wanna have like a big casserole dish that can fit everything. You want a spoon in a bowl to eat with when it gets done cooking. You're gonna want a can opener because some of my cans don't have the pull top. And you're gonna want your measuring cups and your measuring spoons. So the first step is, what we wanna do is we wanna take our can of chicken. If you're using a can of chicken, you can use tuna as well. So this recipe says that you can substitute either or. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna open it with our can opener and we're gonna drain the liquid out. So we don't want the liquid. So I'm gonna go ahead and lower my camera here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open my can. And these can lids can be very sharp because it is metal. So be very careful when and I keep mine like that a little bit, and I'm gonna go to the sink and I'm gonna drain my liquid. So we want to drain your liquid out. There we go. And one thing I did forget to add, or if you're using, exactly, there you go, Annie. You're gonna want a big bowl to put all these ingredients in too. So you have a casserole dish and you're gonna want a big bowl that you can mix your ingredients in. So we opened up our can of chicken and we're gonna just dump those into our bowl. Okay. Lower my camera. And I'm just using my casserole dish because I'm at work and I don't have an extra big bowl. So I'm gonna use my dish. So when everyone's done that, the next thing is we want to open up our can of chilies. So our green chilies, we're going to open them up. Mine requires the can opener. Now this recipe calls for the whole can, but if it's something that maybe you don't like it to be too spicy or you only want to use a little bit, that's your choice, but I'm going to go ahead and put the whole can in. my casserole dish. Good job, Annie. Good job, Natalia. Good job, Rhiann and Rachel. So yep, what you can do is kind of give that a little bit of a stir. We're going to stir it again after. The next step, everyone ready for the next step? Okay, looks like Annie is. We want to open up our can of mushroom soup.
I'm doing my green chili now.
Okay, so you just want to open those up and put them right in your bowl. So for people that are done with the green chilies, we want to open up our can of cream of mushroom soup. And we're going to put this right in. Let me go grab a spoon. We're going to put it right in our bowl, the whole can. And you know, it's so funny. I don't like mushrooms, but I actually really do like the cream of mushroom soup. It's a texture thing, I think. You can give that a stir if you like. Mix it around. Good job. Make sure everyone's all set. So Natalia, you put your green chilies in there, and then you put your cream of mushroom soup.
Yes, I did.
Okay, awesome. So the next step is we want to get our cheddar cheese. So we have shredded cheddar cheese here. And we want 2 cups of shredded cheese. So I'm going to measure out 2 cups. So here's 1 cup, and I'm going to put it right in my bowl. You want 2 cups. There we go. Put it in my bowl. We're going to give this a good stir. You want to work that cheese in there. There we go. Just get mixed in. So if you're using the dried minced onions or fresh onions, now you'd want to add those to your bowl, and you want 2 tablespoons. So here's 1, 2. So I use 2 tablespoons of the dried minced onions. We're going to stir that around. And for the salt and pepper, I only add a little bit right now, like, you know, a couple shakes of your salt and pepper, because when it comes out, you're going to add it to your taste. So you just want to put a little bit in there, how much you would think, like maybe, I don't know. I like pepper, so I'm putting a little bit more pepper. I put like 4 shakes of my salt shaker in there. So the next step is we want our water. So we want 1 1/4 cup of water. So I'm going to go get my water, 1/4 cup. So I have a 1 cup and I have a 1/4 cup. I'm going to get both of them full of water. You put it right in my bowl. There's my 1 cup. And here's my 1/4 cup. Now I'm going to stir that together. We want to stir it in so the water's, you know, mixed in together. We want to stir it pretty well. We want it to look like the consistency of, like, you know, pancakes. So we're going to keep stirring until that water thickens up. So that cream of mushroom soup is really going to thicken our water up a little bit. So now it looks like, you know, kind of consistency of pancake, a watery pancake mix. Good job. So for everyone that made this in the bowl, what we want to do is we want to dump this mixture into our casserole dish, the one that we're going to cook in. Okay, so take your, dump it right into your dish. And after you guys get it dumped in, now here comes the rice. So we want to get 2 cups of rice. I'm going to measure out my first cup. And what we're going to do is we're not going to actually mix this in. We're going to kind of sprinkle it right on top. Okay. So I'm just going to sprinkle my rice right on, just like this. You want 2 cups. So you can put 1 cup on one side and the other cup on the other side. Okay. See how I sprinkled it on top? Kind of even it out a little bit. Okay. How's everyone doing? Good? Thumbs up? Awesome. Good job, Natalia. So the final step before we put this in the microwave is we need saran wrap. And I think I might have forgot to tell you this on our equipment list. Either a saran wrap or a lid. So what we're going to do is we want to cover our casserole dish up. And remember, it can't be tinfoil because tinfoil cannot go in the microwave. But if you're using an oven, you could use tinfoil. There we go. That looks great, Annie. You're doing a great job, everybody. So this is going to go in the microwave for quite some time. So I want to remind everyone that everyone's microwave is really different. So what we're going to do is we're going to start it for 8 minutes and then we'll check on it in the halfway, but we'll start for 8 minutes first, okay? There we go. So everyone's microwave is going to cook it a little differently. So how we're going to tell if it's done is our rice will be kind of tender and it'll be warm. All the cheese will be melted. And in the meantime, what you guys could always do when you have this time when your food is cooking is clean up the station that you're working at, just like Annie and Natalia are doing. You clean the station up as you work, it makes it for easier in the end. How's everyone doing over there? So we have some time that we could talk and chat when we wait for our casserole to cook. So you guys can feel free to unmute. Just remember that we are recording, so we're going to keep our things that are super personal to ourselves. We can always talk about other things though. Are you excited for try this, Natalia?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I've never had this before like this, so I'm interested. And as you guys, what?
Well, Annie doesn't cook, we don't cook with chilies too much. Is that what you call them?
Yeah,
But we need to learn more about them. Because we like
yeah,
healthy food, but we don't really cook with it too much.
yeah.
You
I
put
don't.
it-
Yeah, go ahead.
For the chilies, you can make tacos with it.
You could, yeah, add them in your tacos. So for us, what I do is sometimes, or my husband, he likes to do a lot of the cooking at home.
Oh.
He'll add it into rice and whatnot and make it, you know, a little bit of a spicy rice,
Mm-hmm.
like a burrito.
Do you use it right from the cans usually, or do you use fresh?
He both, you know, it depends. If fresh ones are a little bit more spicy, I would say.
Okay.
So they're definitely have more of a kick to them. But and just a reminder, guys, when we take out our casserole dish to check it out, it's going to be super hot. So we have to make sure we're really careful. Oh, look at, can you start to smell it, Annie? Mmm.
A bit. Yeah.
So this recipe actually calls for you to cook it for about 15 minutes.
Oh.
You will have to add time to it, but I always like to stand on the side of caution, and I'd rather have something have to add time than put too much time on it and then it not be edible. And I think that's my mom was a baker for many years. I think that's the baker side of me, right? So
yes, bakers.
they always like caution on the side of being, oh, maybe 5 minutes too early, just because it continues to cook for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have to be much more aware of time.
Yep.
Very much so, yeah.
So what's on your agenda for the rest of the day after our cooking class today?
I don't know.
You don't know? What about you, Annie? Do you have anything fun planned? You just kind of hang out waiting for the weekends?
Right. Well, actually, we have to clean the house, don't we, Annie? And make beds. We're having company this weekend.
Ooh, that's always fun.
Yeah. But it's a lot of work.
It is.
We have to make beds and tidy up the house. Right, Annie? But Annie likes to do that. She's already been doing some vacuuming this morning.
Annie, you need to come to my house.
We don't clean until people come over.
That's when you get the deep clean in.
So Annie's sister's coming with her 2 children and her husband. So.
Oh, nice, Annie. I bet you're so excited to see your sister. Yeah. Are you older or younger, Annie?
Are you older or younger? Annie, you're younger. Yep. And he's 3 years younger.
3 years younger.
Yep. And the children are very loud, so we have to prepare for that.
Yeah, it's a lot being around children when you're not used to that.
It is. It's challenging, isn't it? Yeah.
How long are they staying for it?
Well, this time only a couple days. But during the pandemic, they used to stay here a lot, you know, for weeks. So.
Right.
But we haven't seen them for a while now.
So I bet you guys are looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'm starting to really smell mine. I have about a minute and a half before it's been 8 minutes. So I'm going to go give it a look. And if you guys have noticed, this is a pretty big casserole. So you actually can, if what you don't eat, you can save it. You can wrap it up and put it in the refrigerator, save it for dinner tonight. So it's a pretty big dish. And we could have broke it down and made it smaller, but sometimes it's good to make that dish maybe for dinner tonight when you don't have to cook later.
Should we poke at it?
Yeah, you can definitely take a look at it and see how the rice is looking on top. Mine's not done. My rice is still pretty hard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add 5 minutes. So like I said, everyone's, it might be a little different, as long as it's, you know, all the liquid is hot and your rice is cooked, then it's done. And everyone, you know, I know Annie used a little bit of a different rice, so hers probably won't take as long. Natalia, are you cooking yours in the oven?
Stovetop.
Stovetop, nice, okay. Rachel, what are you drinking there? Are you drinking something? Oh, you're muted, Rachel.
Louder? Louder? No, talk, please. And talk. Talk.
I
Say it again. You did the recipe for last week.
we did the recipe for last week.
Oh, nice. How do you guys like it?
It's good.
It's good, isn't it? Awesome. I'm really starting to smell my casserole in here. Looks like it might be getting close to done. And you know, this is such a preference because like some people like their rice to be, you know, al dente, right? So they like it to be a little bit stiffer. Some people like their rice to be really soft and kind of mushy. So it's all about how you feel like when your rice is done. We just want to make sure it's all the cheese is melted in there because we did put 2 cups of cheddar cheese. So Rachel, did you add the banana and the peanut butter and the chocolate milk?
Yes. And
Awesome.
we put an ice in it too.
Nice.
Add anything else to it?
Mm,
Say what? What did you add?
strawberries.
You added strawberries too?
Frozen.
Ooh, I like that. See, that's a really good example, guys, about how recipes are a guideline, right? So they give us a good guideline of what we should do. But if you have like a favorite ingredient, you could always put some in there and, you know, try it out. Sometimes you might have a fail, but sometimes you might have something that you're just, well, wow, this is really good. I'm going to cook it like this from now on. But I will tell you, my biggest advice for you guys is if you do that, to write it down, because you might not remember the really good recipe that you cooked if you don't write down that extra ingredient that you added. So I have about 2 minutes left of mine, and then I'll go give it a check, see how it's going.
Dog.
Natalia, how's yours? Can you smell yours yet, Natalia?
No.
So are you cooking your rice on the stovetop or the whole thing?
The whole thing.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna go check mine real quick.
That's funny when she barks.
So my rice is still harder. So what I'm gonna do is I added 5 more minutes to mine, just because that would make it to the full amount time. But it's all about, you know, Annie's, yours might just be done.
It's still a little bit hard.
Okay,
Yeah.